EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Motion.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
On first down, back to Harvey. Down to about the 37.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. In motion left goes Sutton.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Nix. His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal of how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
To throw is Nix.
Man, but he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
46-yard line.
They'll go play action with Nix.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Bombers.
Nix to the air. Right side here, and that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, 60 yards. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Looking to put a drive together.
We are going. 258.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
319.
Warren will try the right side.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
7-7, our score after 1.
Go right. 58.
Running left, it's Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Rodgers.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nifty move. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Blue 58.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. That's complete to receiver Thielen.
Yeah, he'll work 3 from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. They'll run for the first time with Tyler Bidet.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
At the 21-yard line.
Throwing Nix.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now it's Nix.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect, incomplete. And give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Oko over here.
On the give, it's Warren.
1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play.
26.
A handoff for Warren.
And he dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Boswell missed it. Missed it to the right. No good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Once more with Harvey.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
Yeah, the return will stop right around the 25.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. They run straight ahead with Harvey.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. To throw, here's Nix.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, 26 yards.
And the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Back north.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Gainwell.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Here's Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Down the left sideline. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Lux with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Inside. Yeah, live. Screen it, get out.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Get 258. Jump out. Screen it, get out.
Throwing is Rodgers. On the sideline, he's got Austin. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 27
27 yards there, a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
258. Screen it, get out.
And again, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
10 more yards.
As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the Broncos' 4-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches.
Green 18.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, and field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 6.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
And with that, we say so long from Pittsburgh. But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Green 18, flip again.
Now Roman Warren.
And able to use his blockers to get this over to 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Purdy. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
That's a gain of 3.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Fielded at the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now it's Rodgers. Get there and bring him down. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
3rd down.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Corliss Waitman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Moore on the return. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, San Francisco.
Purdy looking to throw. Down man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from the 20. And the Niners post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. Still going. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
They'll run it. Warren. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Second and goal.
Green 18.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is something right out of Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Here's Purdy. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And this is caught. Jennings. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw, Purdy. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun now with Purdy. Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they went.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Steelers 7. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
Down at the 43-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the run, it's Warren.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Chris Boswell to kick off.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Purdy.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 65 yards. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Connects with Kittle underneath.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged him.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Eddie Pinheiro on now.
From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On play action, it's Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
2nd and 14 at the 42-yard line.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
18. Yeah, Liz.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Get 300. Get 300. Zoom.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 22.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Rodgers changing the play, it appears. Second and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Jordan Elliott able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Go to 50. Hey, you 58.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll find Metcalf. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Chris Boswell to kick off for
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
It's a gain of
102
18.
yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So the victory here for San Francisco, and this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.